everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Amanda, in case you're new or you're lost or something. So today we're going to be doing a review. This is a long way to review. I literally got this palette probably like a week and a half ago and I still didn't review it. Mess, you know, irresponsibility. It's fine. But today we're going to be reviewing the Bperfect Cosmetics Carnival palette. This palette is in collaboration with Staceymariemua. Gorgeous. You guys have definitely seen her work all over Instagram and even over Twitter. She's one of the UK artists that does the like half cut creases with blown out eyes. Just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So I did two looks today using her palette. I did a more neutral look, which will come next, and then I did this super bright, colorful, kind of inspired by her half cut crease, kind of. I've never done a look like either of these two before, and I'm kind of living for it. If you want to see these eye looks and my final thoughts on the palette, keep on watching. Alright, so we're gonna get into the palette. This is the outside of the palette. On the back it says Carnival palette, an explosion of highly pigmented colors and shimmers that will unlock your inner creativity, developed in collaboration with Staceymariemua. So this palette has 17 vibrant matte, 17 vibrant matte shades, 7 high pigment shimmers, and 2 highlighters. So this is the interior of it. It does come with a mirror. This is the interior of the palette. I'm sure you've seen this palette all over Trend Mood, on Twitter and on Instagram. Everyone's freaking out about it. So you can see it's a mostly matte palette, and then you have a couple shimmers in there, and you have these two highlighters. These two highlighters on the side here. So I'm gonna talk about my final thoughts at the end of this video, but just looking at it, I'm sure you can all tell this palette pretty much has every color that either a working NUA, a makeup enthusiast, everything in between would need. It has your neutrals. It has your neutrals over here, has some blues right here, got some purples, pinks, and yellows. It's everything. I'm going to talk more about it later, but I just want to give you all a quick overview. I will insert some swatches here. Swatches, 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 swatches. Alright, so let's get right into these eye looks. Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing this eye look. So the first color that I took was that flushy yellow called Keen, and I took it on a Morphe M441 brush, which is a big fluffy blending brush, and I'm using this as my transition shade. I used the P. Louise base in shade number 2 as my base to give, like, you know, a lighter color so it would pop. And now I'm taking a Morphe E27 brush to pack on the shade Shuffle, which is a more mustardy, it's a really unique color. It's kind of reminds you of the Subculture color, and I'm using that to kind of deepen up the crease a little bit, and I'm blending it into the shade called Keen. So I'm just blending and blending, etc. Love this for me. Yep, blending. I like to pack and then blend. I'm not really a windshield wiper kind of gal. I'm more of a pack and then blend in circles. Then I went back to my M441 to make sure all the edges are super smooth. I'm trying to find a brush now. Okay. The next brush that I took is the Morphe E13, and I picked up the color Lit, which is the orange shade in the palette. This is literally the best orange I've ever used. And I'm placing that in kind of a halo shape. I thought I was going to do a halo eye at first, but I ended up doing it a smoky eye. And I like using the halo kind of technique for smoky eyes because it helps it blend a little bit easier, and it makes like the main color, which for me in this case is the brown, it makes it pop a little bit more. So I'm using that E13, is that what it is? Yeah, the E13 to blend the orange into the 2 yellows that I used. Then I went back to the E27 brush, and with no excess product on it, I used that to blend the orange into the yellow. And then I just took a little bit of the shade Shuffle to blend the orange into the yellow. The Shuffle was the yellow shade. Yes, you can see I'm packing and then blending. I don't really like windshield wiper motions until it's like, thank you for the time, unless I'm like doing a transition color. Now I'm taking the same E13 brush, which is a more flat taper blending brush, and I'm packing the color Rowdy, which is the brown, onto my lid. The reason I did it in that halo eye, I learned, I didn't know this before, was to make the brown really stand out. Yeah, I'm just packing, and then I'm blending the outer corners with the same brush. Yep, packing and blending. Packing and blending. We love this. I'm really making sure to blend the brown into the orange. I just took the E13 again, put a little bit of orange on it to really make sure that the brown is blended into the orange, because I don't want the appearance of a cut crease or anything, which is going to give me a much more harsh vibe, and we're really going for something subtle. I took the what even is that? I took the E27, put more shuffle, because while we were blending it out, we kind of lost the appearance of the yellow. So I wanted to make sure the yellow was really prominent. So I took that same brush and put the yellow back in there, the deeper yellow, the shuffle, the mustard color. Taking the E13 again, I'm using the orange to blend it so that I lost the orange. We don't want to lose the orange, so I brought it back. Then I took more brown to make the brown really stand out. Brown is called Rowdy. I really like these shades. This is my first time using the neutral side of the palette, and I have never done an eye like this before, so it was really new for me, but I really ended up liking these shades, and they blend really easily, and they're gorgeous, as you can tell. Yep, basically just taking more shuffle on the E13, or E27, sorry, to blend all these colors together. And that's it. Yay. Alright, so what do you guys think so far? I've used this palette before, so this is not like first impressions, this is a legit review. The neutral shade, but it's my first time using those neutral shades. Amazing. Like, look, I have never, ever used more pigmented orange, and like I'm being 1000% dead ass about that. I've never used a more pigmented orange in my life. In fact, you can still see that there's orange on my eye, and you can still see that there's yellow on my eye is groundbreaking. It's just amazing. Wow, I really love this for me. I really do, actually. Alright, time for the second look. So this is a more colorful purple pinky look, as you can clearly tell. So I'm taking a Morphe E13 brush, which is clearly my favorite brush, and I'm taking the bright purple called Wasted, and I'm pressing it into the crease. I'm not blending anything yet, because I'm trying to get as much color payoff as possible. This was my first time using this purple, so I really didn't know how it was going to turn out, but actually this is in my top two purples, this one and the nyma Life is a Drag purple. And now I'm just using kind of raggedy movements to blend it out, but I'm using very small motions because I want to really make sure to keep the pigment of the purple. Now I'm taking a Makeup Shack T67 brush with the color Lit, which is that orange, and I'm using that to blend out the purple. I'm using a mixture of circular and windshield wiper motions to blend out the purple into the orange. Pretty. Yay. Then on the same brush, I took a little bit of the color Shuffle, mixed in with some Keen, both of the two yellows, and I'm using that to blend out the orange. I use a little bit more Keen than Shuffle because Shuffle is a super pigmented color, and I just wanted a more flush of yellow rather than, like, you know, a big dump of yellow. Now I'm taking a Morphe E27 brush, and I'm using Shuffle to blend it all out because clearly I wanted a little bit more yellow. Keen wasn't really doing it for the sisters. So I put in a little bit of Shuffle on an E27, and I'm blending it. I blended it down more towards my, what's it called? Where you put eyeliner? Your lash line, because I needed the yellow to go all the way around my eye. I went back to the E13 brush and put more of Wasted all over my lid to bring it in to get ready to cut the crease and do some more detail work. This brush is really perfect for packing and blending. I love her so much. Went back to the Makeup Shack brush. I didn't add any excess product. Now I did. But before I didn't, to make sure it was really blended out, when you're first blending out a color, don't add any excess product to the brush because you're just trying to blend out that color. Once you want to blend it into another color, then you add a color to the brush. That made sense, right? I hope so. Yep, with the same Makeup Shack brush going in between the yellows and the oranges to really create a nice pretty sunset gradient. Yep, still doing the same thing. This takes a minute, bringing it in towards my inner corner so that it's an all over gradient all over the eye, not just on the outer corner. Went back to the E13 brush with no extra product on it, and I'm blending out the purple wasted into the orange and the yellow, really making sure that it's a nice beautiful gradient. Almost went on the wrong eye. So now I'm taking the bright pink called Funky on that brush that you get with the Urban Decay Naked palettes, which is an amazing packer brush if you've never tried it. This color was ridiculously pigmented. When I was doing my other eye, I accidentally put on way too much and I freaked out a little bit. So for this turn, I had to wipe off like half of the product onto a little paper towel to make sure my eye didn't look crazy this time, and it doesn't. It looks really good. It's a very vibrant, almost neon pink. Now I'm taking the color Chant and a little bit of Liquor, which are two deeper purples, and I'm taking them on an E27 brush, and I'm deepening up the outer corner. Chant is one of those flushes of color, so I had to add in a little bit of Liquor to make sure that I was actually deepening up the crease and not just giving the illusion like a boneless. I don't want a boneless deepened crease. I want like a bone-in deepened crease. Thank you very much. So yes, I'm just using circular motions to deepen up the outer corner. And I'm dragging the color a little bit further in than I would because I'm going to do a bit of a smoked liner. I was clearly excited. Guess I'm thinking. Oh, so now I'm taking a Morphe M507, which is a tiny precision blending brush, and I'm taking those two same colors, Liquor and Chant, to deepen up the actual crease, not just the outer corner. And I'm taking this all on the, like, I'm using it to frame the pink. That makes more sense. I'm using it to frame the pink. Now I'm taking a Makeup Shack T72 brush with a little bit, like the tiniest amount of P. Louise base on it to kind of cut the crease. I'm just putting it there more as a base. I'm not really trying to cut the crease, but I really want this pink to pop. Then I added a little bit more of Funky with that same brush. Funky was already popped, but I wanted a little bit more. Just a little bit more, because that's just kind of who I am. Admiring myself and my work. Now I'm taking an e.l.f. This is a detail crease brush. This is one of the best blending brushes that I own. It was $3. And I'm taking the color Chant right now. Not Liquor, just Chant. And dragging that color in closer and closer to the inner corner, forming an eyeliner-like shape. Now I switched back to the E27 because I wanted it to cover up more space. I was sick of using a tiny brush. And now I'm blending it into where I put Liquor and Chant. Cute. Went back to the detail work and I added a little bit of Wasted to make sure so that the color scheme would be coherent and not just a disaster. Yep. Went back to Chant, blending Chant in with Wasted to create this smoked out liner. Went back on the other eye because I realized that it looked really good and I want it to look good on both eyes. Went back in with Funky because doing that smoked out liner covers up a bit of the lid color and I really want Funky to pop. She's the main star right now. I didn't worry too much about it like a very harsh cut crease. I wanted this look to appear smoky and blown out and blended. Back to the detail crease brush with the shade Chant. I think I added a little bit of Liquor just because I wanted a little bit more deeper. And I'm bringing that all the way in to where you would usually put eyeliner on. Now I took Wasted on that same detail crease brush and put it into the outer corner. So that Wasted would be kind of a transition color to take the deeper purples into the regular purples, into the oranges and the yellows, which is exactly what we want. Then I took the Morphe M505 brush and used, it was a clean, and I used it to blend all the colors into one another. And that's it. Okay, so on my face, I used one of the highlight shades, Sinner, which is a more gold toned, to highlight my cheeks and my nose and my forehead and everywhere. Alright, so I hope you guys really enjoyed those eye looks. They were very, I've never done a brown smoky eye before. That was my first time doing one, and it was my first time doing any eyeshadow in this sort of style, so it was pretty, you know, new and stuff for me, of course. So now we're gonna get into my thoughts on the palette. I think you saw, but this palette is fucking amazing. Like, oh my god. Okay, no fallout. I personally don't care about fallout. I care more about kickback, and there was literally little to no kickback. The only color I did get a little bit kickback on was the shade Funky, but that is the highest pigment hot pink I have ever seen in my life. It's one on my lids right now, and y'all, like, are you kidding me? I'm confused as to why more people aren't talking about this palette. I know it costs like a lot to ship it over here, but that's what people across the pond have to deal with, like, every single time a new product comes out in America. So, like, get over it, maybe. But I'm just blowing away dust that just came from using one of my other products. So I did a blue look using this palette a while ago, just so I could test it, so I could see how to use it before getting on camera and using it. And I'm telling you, I think I've used every single shade in this palette. I have used every single, no, not except for, I haven't used all the shimmers, but I'm telling you right now, this is my new favorite palette. This is the palette to end all palettes. This, oh my god, you guys, these colors, I've tested it with the P. Louise base, which I did use today, and without the P. Louise base. Incredible color payoff, incredible pigmentation. I have never had eyeshadows blend so easy, never. I'm a decent blender. I'm trying to get a little bit better. I just like doing more like creative, like harsh looks rather than like blended, super blended, colorful looks. But these, I've never had shadows blend easier together. Like, if I had used a different palette, this purple and this orange would not have blended as well as they did. Period. Period. It just wouldn't have happened. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, I don't know how to get this across, that this is the best palette. Period. Like, I don't know how else to say that. This is the best palette. This is the best palette. This is the best palette. You need it. You need it. You need it. Period. Oh my god. Alright, so let me just stop screaming. So that's the overview of my thoughts. I love this palette so much. So I have used almost every single shade in here. Basically, these colors, you guys, oh my god. I've inserted swatches, I hope I remembered, somewhere in here. There are a couple shades which, okay, so I'm gonna describe to you color payoff of all these shades. They're a little bit different. Most of the matte shades are high pigment, high like color payoff. There are a couple shades which I refer to as flushes or washes of color. I'm pretty sure that they are meant to be flushes and washes of color. They're not meant to literally be, you put them on lid and you see like this color. So those shades, I'm gonna probably put them on the screen somewhere. Let's see if I can get this right. So those shades that are mostly, we don't need to do the highlighters, that are flushes of color are this yellow. What's this called? Oh, geez. Keen? That's one of those. Mint and Chant. Those to me are more like flushes or washes of color. They're not meant to be super high pigment, high payoff. I love speaking English. Those are really good shades to use as your transition shade to blend in these other super high pigment shades. For example, Keen, this yellow, you can use the color Lit, and this can be a transition shade. It's just more of a subtle flush of color. It might be because I'm so dark, but I don't think so. I think these are pressed, those three that I named are just pressed a little bit differently to create more of a like pastel-y, less intense, you know, sort of vibe. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? I think it does. And then the other rest of the mattes are your regular high shine, extreme color pay, not high shine, they're mattes, Amanda. The high color payoff, extreme pigmentation, but they blend so beautifully while keeping the pigmentation. And I'm not someone who likes to use purple eyeshadow. I love the color purple, it's one of my favorite colors ever, but purple eyeshadow is literally the devil's freaking cucumber to use. It is so freaking annoying. I hate using it, but this color Wasted is one of my new favorite purples. This purple and the color purple from Staceymariemua Life as a Drag palette are my two favorite purples on the market right now. The shimmer shades I've used Queenie. Oh, let me show you guys. I've used Queenie. Ooh, I'm on the wrong side. I've used Queenie, I've used all the blues, I've used this, Pink Me, and I've used Hustle. I have not dipped into Hush yet, I've just swatched it. The shimmers, high shine, high color payoff, oh my god. I will say that Hush is a little bit more of a subtle shimmer, but I think since it's over here with the neutrals, I'm assuming it's not meant to be as like, as the rest of them. What the hell is that? But like, you guys, this palette, it's just, it's like, I cannot put into words how beautiful and how unique this palette is. Like, it honestly, I always talk about traveling even though I don't go nowhere. This is like a palette that you just take and you go, and it's because you can do, because when I do eye looks, which I never wear eyeshadow, but if I'm wearing eyeshadow, I'm wearing color. I just am. So this is a palette that I would take with me on vacation. I would take with me on vacation, you know, yeah, this stuff. I would take this with me everywhere. I would live with this. Literally, I'm really trying to figure out how to put this into words. Like how spectacular this palette is. And I don't know if I mentioned it before, I probably did. I have used it with the P. Louise shadow base and without the P. Louise shadow base. The P. Louise gives it a little bit of the extra kick, but it's still amazing even if you don't own this shadow base. And I have it in Rumor 2, the original shade. So those are pretty much my opinions on this palette. I do think you'll really love it. Like, I just can't put it into words. It's like, this is the palette to end all palettes. Like, I really don't know why no one else is like, people aren't like, this isn't one of those like palettes that like on every YouTube video, every major person's talking about it, because it really should be. There was no kickback, no fallout, extreme pigmentation, incredible blendability. That's all you can ask for in a palette. And it's not like a boring neutral palette, it's a hello, I'm here, colorful palette. Are you serious? And look at my nose highlight. That's Sinner, right? That's Sinner on my nose right now and on my cheeks. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Like, I really don't understand why it's not being talked about more, because this is the best palette on the market right now. There, I said it, and who's gonna beat my ass? You? I thought so. Alright, so that was my review on the Stacey Marie X Bperfect Cosmetics Carnival palette. You guys saw the interior, you heard my thoughts, you saw two different eye looks, and you saw some swatches, hopefully, if I remember to put them in. But yeah, all in all, I do say this palette is absolutely worth it. It is Amanda approved. I love it so much. I will be using this in so many looks. This and my Certified Tropical Wonders palette are my two now go-to looks. No, go-to palettes when I'm doing some sort of creative or even just everyday sort of look. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more reviews, do you want me to review certain things, please leave comments down below and like this video if you got to the end. Yeah, thank you so much. I love you all. Thank you for watching my channel. Subscribe before you go, because I don't know what my next video is gonna be. I really have no more ideas. That's a lie. I have a whole book sitting over there, but I need to know what to film next. So if you have any ideas for me, leave them down below, and like, I'll do them because I have nothing else to do. Thank you so much. I keep on rambling. I don't really know how to end this. I'm ending it with you. If you have the money to purchase this palette, I think, ooh, I should have said how much it cost. Hold please. All right, I'm back. So this palette, it cost $46.98 in euros, which I used PayPal, no, pounds. GBP. It looks like a euro sign. Okay, whatever, moving on. But that translated to $63.97 United States dollars. That is I think that's the most I've ever spent on an eyeshadow palette. Was it worth it? Yes, absolutely. I'm even after figuring out how much I just paid for that, I will still stand by everything I just said. That palette, this palette is amazing. And even though like that's like a lot, but it's actually, it's like kind of fair now because people who live in like England and like not in America have to pay like those crazy prices to get just like the palettes that are always coming out over here. So I guess it's like fairness, equality. But yeah, I still do stand by what I said. Was it 63? We're just gonna say around $65. I do still think it was worth it. I think for $65, like this could even have been, okay, I'm not gonna say that because I don't want them to raise the price of it because it's so pretty. But like this palette could have cost more. It could have. It's that, like, look at my eyes. Look, do you guys see this pink? Do you see this pink? I've been trying to find a good hot pink for a while because I use the one, the Certified Shop Wonder palette, which is amazing. This one is better. And then before that I used a Morphe 35B one, which was a pain in the ass to work with. But this one, I dipped in there once. I had to knock off so much excess because I was like, this is gonna be like neon if it goes on my eye like this. Alright, so I just said thank you and did a whole outro, but continued to talk for 4 minutes. But actually guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you really enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!